Donald Trump had another big night this week. And even though Bernie Sanders pulled up an upset in Michigan, he may not have what it takes to win the prize. Jim, what are your thoughts?
So Donald Trump did have a big night this week. Bernie Sanders did do a clear upset. I don't know how you get the polls that wrong. Because, she was winning by, what, 15, 20 points?
Double digits up to a week before.
Yeah, and he came back and won it.
Must be the dear.
Now, granted, he only won by, what, 2%? But he won, nonetheless.
Win's a win.
Yeah, a win's a win.
He redistributed her votes.
I think that, I think it is going to be a two-person race. I'll be honest with you. If it ends up, and I know every election cycle, people talk about this contested convention, right?
Broker convention.
Yeah, brokered convention, and I could be wrong, but I don't see it happening. But I got to tell you, if it does, watch out for the governor of Ohio, because he may be the sane one that everybody turns to. Just my opinion, especially since where's the Republican convention this year? Ohio.
Don't be surprised Mitt Romney doesn't pop his head into it.
Well, that's the other thing. You got to wonder, especially because there is a real possibility that one of the candidates on the Democratic side, who shall remain nameless, could be indicted for a crime.
Orange jumpsuit and hand on the Bible at the same time.
There you go.
There you go.
Amen to that, brother.
Maybe she can pardon herself.
Yeah.
Could be first act as president.
We are so screwed.
But I've never seen, vote for 26 years, something like that. I've never seen a hated campaign. I think the one I mentioned, read, was 1976 with Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan. That was another, that's when they had the last brokered convention. Mitt Romney, to me, is a loser. Okay, and he's coming up, he won't even get probably 10 votes.
Well, Mitt Romney actually helped voice and elevate Donald Trump.
Yeah, sure did.
Everything the establishment continues to do, and they're taking, they keep, the candidate they want to squash is a candidate that they are elevating.
But the problem is, in my opinion, the establishment anymore is the minority of the Republican Party, because the majority of the Republican Party don't like what those people stand for. And the majority of the Republican Party don't like what the Tea Party stand for.
Right.
They want something different.
Well,
Donald Trump certainly fits that.
And Donald Trump's doing a great job at it. And then everywhere he goes, Trump, Trump, Trump. And I'm a Trump fan. I like what he stands for. Not everything. I'm not agreeing with all his policies. But if you look what happened in Pennsylvania this past week, how many people from going from Democrat to Republican?
Yeah.
Front page paper.
Yeah, huge
That's telling you
numbers.
because people are mad at the establishment.
Well, I actually think people are mad at the establishment on both sides, which, as a libertarian, I couldn't be happier, because we're seeing increased interest in the Libertarian Party now. Okay? Here we've got Gary Johnson, John McAfee. All right, there was actually a libertarian debate on Fox News. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
So where does this leave us? Okay, we're saying there's going to be 2 and 2. Who's going to be the 2 for the Republican side?
Well, clearly, Trump and Cruz.
Trump and Cruz.
Yeah.
But Rubio said he's not going to drop out. He could be the last one in the polls. He said he's going to stay with it.
Okay.
Why?
Well, that's great.
I wish Kasich actually had a little bit stronger pull in the polls,
You know,
because I like Kasich.
The problem with Rubio, or the thing with Rubio, is he's enough of an establishment guy that when they tell him you got to go, and they mean it, he's probably going to go. And whether we want to believe that or not, that's what happens in the back rooms.
You think
You've
he's
got-
going to leave
you've got to get
before
out.
the Florida debate next?
No, I don't
No.
think he is. No, absolutely not. Why would he? That's his one claim to fame. If he doesn't win it, which I don't think he will.
Right now, at latest poll, I think it was about 12, 15 points
And
for
Trump at
Trump
40.
with the leading. And then Cruz is nipping on his heels. He's down by about 4 or 5 points from Rubio.
Yeah.
Then we look at Ohio, which is in play. It's Kasich's home state. He's the governor of it. Does Kasich win Ohio?
I don't know, because Trump's leading the polls
I
here
hope.
as well. So I don't know. I like Casey. I think he's a good guy. I think if anything he doesn't get, and then Trump is the nominee and wins, I think Trump should use him as on his cabinet positions, as well as the
You
doctor
want
as
Jeb
well.
Bush, right?
No.
He can be VP.
Well, Jeb Bush is supposed to come out sometime this week and give his endorsement to Cruz. I think Carla Farina did today. So
Cruz scares me.
he does.
Cruz just scares me.
They all scare me.
Well,
They all really do scare me.
I don't know why, but I just don't trust Ted Cruz.
But you're supposed to trust Ted.
Trust Ted, yes.
You know, whenever a candidate puts on their sign, you know,
Trust
trust Ted, or you know, whatever Richard Nixon's slogan was back in the day. Okay,
I'm not a crook.
I'm not. Well, yeah, I don't think that was on the yard signs. Okay, but,
Tricky Dick?
Yeah, tricky dick. But you know, whenever the candidate goes to such an effort to say, "Trust me," I question.
Yeah, like the used car salesman.
Yeah, trust me, it's good. You know.
But,
No
you know,
offense to our used car salesman viewers in the audience.
Or sponsors.
Right.
And look at I mean, you can't tell me the Democratic Party could not put up anybody else besides Hillary and give it away Bernie Sanders.
I really am surprised that Biden didn't get in.
I
But
think he was paid off.
I
I'm
would
sorry.
be surprised if maybe Biden doesn't get recruited
Yeah.
because of the issues with Hillary and the strength of Bernie. Biden could ride in on his white horse and save the
Save the
Democratic.
day.
Hillary is a
And
sociopath.
that would
And
be.
there's no baggage.
There's no baggage, and it would be such a fresh, new. It would really, I think, invigorate the Democratic Party, and it would incent Democrats to come out to the polls. No, I don't like those two. This guy, I really don't know anything about, but I'm going to like him because I like him better than I like Trump or Cruz or whoever ends up.
Yeah, and the
Republican
Republican
side.
nominee has spent 6 months bashing Hillary
Right.
and a little bit of Bernie, and now all of a sudden there's someone who hasn't been a target.
And today the RNC sued the State Department for the emails. So you know it's eventually going to come out. They got to push it out. And I think to me, Hillary's a sociopath. She can lie, and I think she believes her own lies. And she thinks nothing's going to happen to her.
If you were in Hillary's shoes, you wouldn't think anything would happen to you either.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Look
you're paying
who has
everybody
your
off.
back.
So
Okay.
I disagree because, well, okay, if I did what Hillary did, all right, I would not be sitting here today. I would be in handcuffs somewhere.
If your last name was Clinton, you would be sitting here.
True.
Because I think
Okay.
him and I both had clearances at one time.
Yeah.
You know, we signed that piece of paper. You cannot do what she did.
No, you can't, but she's going to get away with it. And Obama, if she wins, Obama's going to be a Supreme Court justice nominee. Don't be surprised and be very frightened for our constitutional republic.
Yes,
That's a scary thought. I had never contemplated that one.
Yeah,
I contemplated the current Attorney General, which she asked that she not be considered, but I had never contemplated Obama.
I'm waiting for the Hillary movie to come out in July. Dennis Sozi made a movie about her, so I'm waiting to see what that's all about.
It's all timing for the election. That's
Yep.
what we have to look forward to. Okay, up next, new West Virginia concealed carry law. Good news or big mistake? Our panel will weigh in.